Hello, and welcome back to another video. Apologies if I sound off. I've had an illness, which is fun. Anyway, yes, we are talking about a follow-up to my Polymega video. Another one. Specifically, we are focusing on the next two Polymega collections, which is very exciting. Now, if you remember from my first review, I said that Asteroids and Karate Champ are 100% worth it. Totally worth it. Totally worth getting. Is that the same for the next two? Because, bearing in mind, I bought these brand new, second they're announced, largely because they come with a little pin. That's not why. But they also come with things like a Neo Geo CD game, which is cool. I haven't actually tried this in the Polymega yet. I will. But I have been playing bits of these two for the last couple of days. So these arrived on Saturday, after like a week, and they should have arrived. UPS. But yeah, and I gave them a bit of a play over the weekend. So, watching with this new controller, which is nice. Very new. Brand new. Dented. UPS. Pricks. Your prick service, more like. Anyway, let's start. So, Polymega collection. Pretty good so far. Asteroids. Easily my favourite one, even currently. Karate Champ. Not my cup of tea, but certainly somebody's cup of tea. But definitely worth getting. Tiger Heli, Volume 3. Once again, a nice pin. Not complaining. One disc this time, unlike, say, Karate Champ, which is 2, or Asteroids, which is 1. Definitely one disc this time, which is fine. It's not really a problem for me. And this is mostly shoot-em-ups. So if you don't know what a shoot-em-up is, it's basically a game where you control either a plane, or a magical girl, or a tank, or whatever, and you're being pelted with reams of bullets, and you have to fire back, and then you die a lot. And from what I understand, Toa Plan, who are the developers of a lot of the games on this, if not all of the games on this, actually. Sorry. All of the games on this were the masters. The masters of shoot-em-ups. The absolute unequivocal, undefeatable masters of shooters in the arcade, on home systems, that sort of thing. I'm not a shoot-em-up guy by any stretch of the imagination, and I went through and I played about 4 or 5 games on here. So there's only about 5 games, but then there's multiple versions. So you've got like the Japanese version, the English version, the American version. I played through a good chunk of them. I played through Tiger Heli, Twin Cobra, and Flying Shark, or Sky Shark. Which is fine, and then there's Fire Shark and Twin Hawk. Now, I didn't play those last two because I felt I got enough of a vibe of this collection from it. And I'm going to be honest, they're okay. I thought Tiger Heli was actually terrible. I did. I thought it was garbage. I thought it was absolutely garbage. The one I had the most fun with was actually Twin Cobra. I thought Twin Cobra was absolutely brilliant. It was a lot of fun. It's not a game I'm good at, by any stretch of the imagination. Is it a game I'd go back and play? Maybe. Flying Shark I actually liked the least, because it was slow, it was crap, it controlled terribly, miserable experience. But yeah, do I think this is worth getting? Not if you're not into shoot-em-ups. If you're into shoot-em-ups, then maybe. Maybe it is worth forking out 50 quid, and then a further 50 quid, and then a further 50 quid to get it shipped over to the UK. Maybe. If you don't like shoot-em-ups, no. At all. Not worth it. At all. It really, really, really is. Just if you want a shoot 'em up collection. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, there are better out there. There are much better shooter collections out there, including on the Evercade, and I am not a fan of the Evercade at all. I think it is a shit console. It's a waste of money. Let me put it that way. There's only like one game on it left that I'm actually interested in, and I thought, hey, instead of wasting hundreds of pounds on a shitty console that doesn't work properly because it wipes your cartridge, I'm going to buy Legacy of Kain on the PS1. So, but there are better shooter collections out there. Whether or not you're getting the arcade port is up for debate. So, if you're looking for the arcade versions of Tiger Heli, Twin Cobra, Sky Slash, Flying Shark, Fire Shark, and Twin Hawk, by all means get it. The pin is always nice. But for me, it wasn't worth it. For me, it really wasn't worth it. The next one's weird. So, with the previous three, there has been a consistency. Well, there's a consistency to the games released on it. So, for example, Lunar Lander, Orbit, Asteroids, Gravitar. They're all sort of Asteroids clones, or they are similar in concept. Lunar Lander not so much, but certainly the 1,000,001 Asteroid copies and ports on that bloody system. Yeah. Karate Champ. Basically the whole series. The whole series. Including Karnov's Revenge, which, as far as I'm aware, is part of this series. I could be horribly wrong. Yeah, Action Pack's spiritual successors. There you go. Spiritual successors. Lot of shooters from Turplan. Drift Out by Visco. Sort of a series of top-down racing games. Why did they add Goal, 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 which is a football game? Great Boxing Rush Up, which is a boxing game, and Boogie Woogie Bowling to this? That's really the question, and you want the God's honest truth. Of all the games on here, Boogie Woogie Bowling was the best one. And don't get me wrong, I played most of the... Okay, so Drift Out is a series of top-down racing games. Cool. The first one gave me motion sickness, because it is a static image and the screen does this. It twists and turns and... No. The second one that I played was Neo Drift Out, which is fine. It's good. And I played a little bit of Super Drift Out. Super Drift Out is good as well. Then I tried Boogie Woogie Bowling. And I went, you know what? I like this the most. Of all the games on here, Boogie Woogie Bowling was my favourite one. Which is a little concerning. I mean, the pin's nice, because it's Neo Drift Out. And apparently, a lot of the Visco titles are now owned by Pixel Heart, who have done a series of games. Predominantly, I think they're a European developer, and they develop a lot of games sort of towards the end of the console's lifespan. So they had 2 on the Wii U, which is weird. I did own one. I owned one, and that was Finding Teddy 2. Largely because the Shoot 'em Up collection wasn't available, which, fine, whatever. I've already said my opinion of that. But Pixel Heart, yeah, I only know of them through that. That's the only thing I actually know them from. So to know they were behind this is actually pretty cool. Unfortunately, the case is... Yay. Folded up a bit, so it's not actually in the nice condition that this one came in. But I think this is a better collection. I think it's more varied. It's probably the most varied out of the 4, sorry. And it's definitely more varied than this one. This one is literally just 5 arcade games. And different versions of those arcade games, but it is literally just 5 arcade games. And I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I didn't like it. The only one I would really go back and play is Twin Cobra. I thought Twin Cobra was actually a lot of fun. And I actually played the snot out of it. So, cool. This, on the other hand, Drift Out 1 is okay. It gives me motion sickness. Neo Drift Out is really good. I actually really, really like that game. It's a lot of fun. And Boogie Woogie Bowling is a game I would actually genuinely own otherwise, because it's a surprisingly robust bowling sim, essentially. Except you have about 3 Japanese kids and an alien from Ridley Scott. You've got a xenomorph in there, which cool. Okay, I played as the xenomorph, if that's a surprise. The pixel art on her was actually very good. Very expressive, a lot of fun. It was just, I don't know, I played the snot out of it. I played it for like an hour. It was good. It was good. It was really good. Yeah, I'd recommend Boogie Woogie Bowling. But the ultimate question is, do I recommend the Drift Out collection? More so than this. And this more on a general view. So, here's the kicker. If you like asteroids, buy this. I think this is better for general people. With this round, if you like shoot 'em ups, you're going to like this. This is better for general people. I think the racing side of things is great. If you're really into sports titles, then it's also good for that as well. I think Boogie Woogie Bowling was fun. And I've said that way too many times for it to be relevant, but here we are. So, yeah. What do I think? Overall thoughts of the 4. Overall thoughts of the 4. Do I think the Polymega collection is worth getting? Yeah, I do. I like this system a lot. I like the Polymega a lot. There's a reason I bought it and 5 modules and another controller and 4 games. It's a hideously expensive machine, but it's kind of worth it. So I've been kind of looking at the Neo Geo recently, because this plays Neo Geo CD games, which is lovely. But at the same time, I'm acutely aware of something. That system is prohibitively expensive. The Neo Geo is a prohibitively expensive system. The games alone, minimum I have seen is 60 quid. And that's for a general one. 60. They go up to $1,000. It's insane. Even when they released, it was up to $1,000. So for 50 quid for a series of pretty good compilation titles, 50 quid each, yeah, okay. Totally worth it. In fact, I think it's less than that. But obviously, shipping. Shipping on that. And here's the kicker. The shipping was like 50 quid. And the box was dented. There's been some controversy with Polymega. And that will just be another one on top of it. But do I think they're worth getting? Yeah. Go for it. Go for it and buy them. Right. Cool. So, here's what I'm going to do next week. I think last week I said, hey, let's talk about the games that I want to talk about. And the first 10 minutes, or first impressions, and why first impressions matter. So we're going to do that next week, because these arrived in the post, and I thought, yeah, let's just jump in and do a video on those. So, that's it for another week. Very exciting. Look forward to why first impressions matter next week, and I will see you next time.